Bounce back loans. Have you claimed yours? And if so, have you thought about protecting yourself against the future corona police that may want to know some more information about the qualification criteria that you've self-certified on the form? In this video, we're going to find out the 3 simple things you can do to protect yourself in years to come against the future corona police, and what you can do right now in 20 minutes, the 3 simple things you can do to protect yourself so you can sleep at night. Let's dive right in. Hi, I'm Dan Taylor, and we've been investing in commercial real estate for a number of years now, over 25 years actually. Wow. That's a long time. And in that time, we love, discussing deals, doing deals. We love learning and sharing and helping other people do deals as well. And we've created a club at taylorcapital.co.uk. And if you want to hear more commercial property insights or creative commercial strategies, that's really where the gold is. Then I welcome you to pop along to the platform. It's taylorcapital.co.uk. You can join, it's free, and I'm sure you'll find some really interesting creative strategies there. There's a free workshop where we deep dive into some of our clients' recent deals or transactions that have been completed. And if you want to hear more about creative commercial, then like the channel, subscribe, ring the bell, and but more importantly, pop along to taylorcapital.co.uk. In there, in the free community, we go live every week. We go live twice on a Thursday, once for the club members, once for the free community, and we'll be providing real insights of the kind of things that we do in the club on a weekly basis. So hopefully we'll see you in the free community very, very soon, every Thursday. Okay, let's jump right in. Step 1 of the 3 steps to protect yourself against the future corona police is really simply contemporaneous notes. Now, what does that mean? It's really notes made at the time of the application for the bounce back loan. And these notes really are about how you were affected in COVID-19. How has that affected your business? You should make a draft, a paragraph or 2 about that, how you've been specifically affected. If you're a landlord, commercial or residential, that's pretty simple to demonstrate in terms of non-payment of rents from some tenants. You should also further write board minutes. Actually write up some board minutes, just a 1-page A4 paper, date it, sign it, about why your business has been affected, and also part of the qualification criteria that you'd put on the addendum at the end of the board minutes. So the addendum would be going through each qualification criteria one by one and answering as if somebody's asking you a question, and you answering and drafting that out, so that in the future, in 3, 4, 5 years time, when someone asks, could I have evidence about why you thought you qualified or prove that you qualified, and the onus might be on you then, that you have to prove that you qualified, then you'll have this addendum to your board minutes written down, and each question be written there. And in the future, in 3 years time, you might have completely forgotten. And the qualification criteria could be, are you part of a group structure, or perhaps it's the 25% of your income of your sales. And perhaps, last year you never did, if you're claiming the full 50,000, perhaps you didn't do £200,000 of sales. But perhaps this year you're projecting you are. Now, in your addendum, you should write down if that is the case. I'm not suggesting it is, but if it is the case, perhaps in your addendum, you'd want to write down why you think the turnover you're projecting would be £200,000 minimum this year. And I would put down, a couple of paragraphs, a few paragraphs on why that is the case, because, when you're projecting something, it's never obviously happened yet, it's in the future. So just to summarize, how you're affected, board minutes, addendum. That's point number 1, contemporaneous notes. Point number 2 is you need a digital stamp on everything. So you need to actually time, date, stamp everything. Now, how do we do that? And what does that mean? Really, all it means is that in the future, you can look back and not only have, but also find easily the proof the qualification criteria and the proof and all the addendums and the board minutes that you had. And how you do that very, very simply is the board minutes and the addendum, you would email it to your accountant. You would then PDF it and save that in either Dropbox or Google Drive or OneDrive. And that email that's digitally stamped, that's going, been to your accountant and is PDF'd and saved into your Google Drive is basically a digital stamp. You'd obviously email it to yourself as well. And then you would probably a good idea to create a little folder just specifically for your BBL compliance folder. On top of your Google Drive folder, your Dropbox folder, you would have an email folder as well. And I would put one in each just to double protection, because we never know what happens. We're talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 years on the road. Now, more likely than not, you'll probably not be asked these questions unless one of two things happen. Now, what are those two things? Firstly, you default. And hopefully that's never going to happen. But before we, jump into this business bounce back loan, obviously serviceability. We must understand that this is debt. This is a loan. It has to be repaid. And come month 13, the payments are in the region of capital interest, £900 a month. How are you going to do that? That should be part of your addendum, how you plan on paying this back over 5 years after you've had the first year interest and capital free. So that is all part of your process of, proving to somebody in the future, the Corona Police, of why you believe that you qualified and why you rightly did qualify at the time of application. Now, things may change after that, but at the time of application, really important to get this bedded down in black and white, in stone, digital timestamped of why that was the case. Now, the third point is really, really simple, incredibly inexpensive, and that is in the future, if you have, what's the standard protocol, an HMRC inquiry. HMRC conducts inquiries into business throughout the UK on a standard kind of basis, and that is their standard protocol. If you're subjected to one of them, it does cost thousands of pounds to have your professional accountant, find and respond to each request by HMRC. Now, a really simple way to protect against that, to hedge against that, is to take out insurance against HMRC inquiries. Now, it's only about £160 a year, obviously plus VAT, but it's £160 a year that can give you peace of mind. And in the future, should it happen, which is a stressful situation, you have at least the cost of that defended against. That's really, simple kind of basic hedging protection. And we really should be, as part of our, larger protection of assets, protection of income, that we should be enabling in our business, in our property business, going forward. So I hope that helps. It's 3 points of how we can sleep at night from lack of fear of the future Corona Police coming and asking you the questions, so that you have the answers at hand, and those answers were made at the time right now, contemporaneous notes, and they were digital time-stamped by sending that to your accountant, PDFing that, putting it into Google Drive, and also emailing it to yourself, and having that double, one in an email folder, one in a Google folder. It's really simple to do, but it's, sometimes the simple things are easy to do, but easier not to do. I would really suggest, it would only take you 20 minutes maximum. Put the, pen to paper, or start typing away, and park this digital time-stamped proof of qualification for your bounce back loan, should anything happen in the future. Hopefully it's been useful, and we'll speak to you on the next video. Speak soon. Bye.